What if the digital world isn't a vast archive, but a massive glowing filter designed to keep you from seeing what's really behind the screen? Think about the subreddits that disappear in the middle of the night. The threads that are deleted so fast you think you imagine the headline. You tell yourself it's just moderation, just a way to keep the internet safe and clean. But what if they aren't protecting you from offensive content? What if they are protecting the content from being found by you? What if the 4 not found error is actually a warning that you've reached the edge of something that doesn't want to be looked at? Welcome to Shadowland, a place where darkness breathes and silence speaks. Tonight, we dive into the fragments of the most banned thread in the history of the internet. A deep dive into a community that existed for only 48 minutes before being scrubbed by every server on the planet. We follow the account of a data archivist in the Ohio suburbs who recovered the final 3 pages of text, only to realize that some information is radioactive. Stay until the end if you want to know what happens when the text on your screen starts reading you back. It was raining, that heavy, rhythmic American rain that turns the woods behind my house into a wall of gray static. I was deep in the archives of a dead forum, running a recovery script on a series of deleted Reddit threads run 2014. Most of it was typical internet garbage, conspiracy theories about the Appalachians or weird oven legends from the Pacific Northwest. Then, the script hit a snag. A thread titled "The Architecture of the Unseen" appeared. It had 0 comments, 0 upvotes, and a timestamp that said it was posted 3 hours in the future. I felt a brief sense of safety, thinking it was just a server-side glitch or a clever ARG. I opened the cached file, ready to be entertained. The first page was a list of GPS coordinates, places in suburban Ohio, malls in Florida, gas stations in Nevada. All of them were liminal spaces I had visited and landed off, rationalizing that my cookies must have influenced the recovery script. But then I scrolled to the second page. It wasn't a list anymore. It was a word-for-word transcript of the conversation I had with my wife at dinner just 20 minutes prior. My breath hitched. I looked at the screen, my hands trembling as I scrolled to the final page. The text was changing in real time. It described me sitting in my office. It described the cold cup of coffee on my desk. It described the exact moment I started to feel the why me factor crawling up my spine like a cold insect. I tried to close the browser, but the mouse wouldn't move. The cursor was pinned to the center of the screen. Then, a new paragraph appeared at the bottom of the page. It said, "He is looking at the door now. He is wondering if he locked it. He is beginning to realize the breathing he hears isn't coming from his own lungs." I didn't look at the door. I stared at the screen, watching the binary code start to bleed into the margins of the page. The uncanny part wasn't the information, it was the rhythm. The text was pulsing in time with my own heartbeat. I saw a reflection in the glossy finish of my monitor. A shape was detaching itself from the shadows of my closet. It was tall, its limbs moving with a stuttering frame rate, was just a smooth, pale surface that looked like a screen that had been turned off. The thing reached out, its fingers, long, thin, and laughing knuckles hovering just behind my chair. I didn't wait for it to touch me. I bolted, I ran out of the house and into the rain, not stopping till I reached the bright, artificial safety of a 24-hour gas station. When I finally went back with the police, the computer was gone. The desk was empty. Even the internet jack had been pulled from the wall. But every time I log on to a new device, I find a single file on the desktop. It's always titled Untitled Document 1 PDF. And every time I try to delete it, the computer whispers in a voice that sounds exactly like mine. We aren't finished reading yet. If you want to survive the next night in Shadowland, make sure to subscribe and leave a light on in the comments. Our community grows stronger in the dark, and your support helps us find you when the mist rolls in. Sleep well. If you're sure you're the only one currently scrolling through your history.